Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Plate and Post podcast. I know I say this every single time, but today we have an extremely special guest, the co-owner actually, of Allô Mon Coco, Marché Central, Chris Kakis.
Hello, hello. Thanks for having me.
Welcome.
Very
Welcome.
kind words. Cheers.
Finally, thank you. It took a little while to get you here, but we got here.
Yes.
We're shooting. We're very excited.
I wanted to make sure that I was properly prepared.
Absolutely.
All right, Chris, so tell us a little bit about yourself.
All right. 46 years old, and I've had numerous types of jobs. I started off when I was really young at a shipping place where we were collecting, putting clothes together, retail basically.
Nice.
My best friend's father was a warehouse manager. And what we did over there was we packaged, counted, and did out all the above basically before shipment. I learned over there how to be a robust, very productive employee. I moved along. Then I went to college. I did business administration at Cégep Vanier College. I moved on. I got snagged up by a bank, and I worked at the bank for 14 years.
Wow. Okay.
Wow,
Nine to five.
That's crazy. So what made you want to get into the restaurant industry?
Well, actually, my dad worked in the restaurants for all his life, and I saw the grind that he did. And when my parents were together, we did very well for ourselves. And I said to myself, that's something I think I would love to do.
Allô Mon Coco, was that your first restaurant experience?
Yes, it was. It was a good one.
Amazing.
We started off with back in the days with Tom Buntis, and he was the type that was hands-on. He was always there. And, it was the old school Greek way of doing restaurants. You had to be there. You always had to be there and making sure that everything was right and all the moving parts were moving. And it was great. It was a tough learning experience, but it was super great for me.
Absolutely. Like learn from the fire, but again, it was your baby that you had to take care of. And I'm sure at the very beginning, it was one of those concepts that was like still growing in its time.
Of course, you have to change and go with the times and make sure that you're thriving. And being a franchise, you have to make sure that you look at your place as your place, and then everybody else is just supporting and evolving. Like, let's say all the other franchisees are doing their part as well to making sure that we're on point and doing great, because if anything fails from them, we fail as well. So everybody making sure from the core of the restaurant that you're working hard and making the customer happy and wanting him to come back, as we want to turn every client a loyal client.
Absolutely. What made you choose Allô Mon Coco out of like all the other available brands?
So really, it was time and place for me.
Interesting.
I met the team behind them, and honestly, there was a lot of noise about Allô Mon Coco, and I loved going to it. And I actually, when I used to go there, I said, okay, like to the girl, it's like, what do you recommend? Like, wow me right now. So she gave me the entire plate that I would love, and I enjoyed it. And I said to myself, oh wow, like I love breakfast, and you know what? I love the experience here. I think it's time to get in because there's so much buzz around it, and that's what happened.
Other people might not know this, but you do have a partner.
Yes, Richard.
Yes.
Wow.
So that I want to ask you. Okay, so Richard's not here. Richard
Godsend.
can't defend himself. But so Richard, did you know Richard before Allô Mon Coco? Did you meet him? What's your partnership is a very interesting partnership working with you guys.
Yes.
Honestly, it works really well. But tell us
Thank
a little
you.
bit about that.
Richard, he was just I can speak for days for him in terms of the value and presence that he has in my life, in terms of, he has taught me not only about work, but how to be a better partner, how to be a better employee, how to be a better franchisee. You know what? He's just everything else that I'm missing in life. He completes me. He's
beautiful.
Shout
he's
out
God
Richard
sent.
Masad.
Oh my God, God
Amazing,
sent. Such
amazing.
a beautiful soul, and his family.
Good. Again, the importance of finding a partner that connects with. I think that's one of the things that a lot of people might not realize is the human aspect of the business is actually a lot of importance. It's
Yes.
actually very, very important.
Absolutely.
Where you'll be spending the time and you'll be spending the hard times together and actually like going through the grind. I think that's
I think it's huge. I think you have to have the same vision. I think you have to be open to thinking outside the box, because they're gonna challenge you. And you know what? You're not just marrying your partner. You're marrying his family. Because you know what? God bless his wife. Because you know what? His wife takes care of the family and takes care of the household. And she did for many, many years. And her father-in-law, shout out to him, Gedo. He, you know what? He's a piece to our puzzle as well. So you're marrying the family.
That's it. Shout out to the unsung heroes that take care of the house when we can go to work and put the bread on the table.
Cheers.
Absolutely.
So
Yes.
I want to talk a little bit about the franchise aspect of the restaurant. So as some of you may know, I worked for franchises a lot. I started in franchise as well. As someone who's thinking of opening a restaurant, would you recommend more of a franchise? Do you feel like there's certain aspects that you like more, like less?
So, I mean, you have to open up something that you actually love. You know, so I love breakfast. I can eat it for most of the day, so I don't mind it, so I'll eat it. So then I love it. At the same time, you have to love the brand. You know, you have to basically look into the brand to see how they're doing, what footprint do they have, you know, where they're going, where their vision is, and then lead into it. You know, franchise is not just opening any type of restaurant. The good thing about franchise is, you know, you're basically getting a box that's prepped up for you, as opposed to building something, you know, where it's a lot harder for you to do. So franchises are a great way to basically get a turnkey business.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. So you feel that if you don't have as much necessarily like experience, it's a good place to start, basically, right?
Yeah, it's a great way to start, but my suggestion is if you're putting up money to buy a restaurant, you have to go be in the industry. You got to go in there. You got to work. You got to see what it's like. Also,
Hands-on.
Hands-on.
That's it.
It's a lifestyle. You know, that's what it is. It really is a lifestyle.
So is there some like a cost that you underestimated first going into the restaurant industry, into the business?
A cost. Well, it costs a lot of money.
I think that's something
tell you
that a
this.
lot of people, I think, underestimate.
Many costs to put out a good product. Because all the back end, you have to make sure that all the wheels are squeaky clean, that they're working well in every aspect of the restaurant to basically be consistent in the business. You know, I think that's the most important thing. So it takes a lot of money to upkeep and keep it going and making sure that you're thriving. You know, right down to media. I think that's the new thing, right?
Absolutely.
I think that everybody is putting out videos right now. I was one of those people that individuals that did not want to do any of this, but the reality of it is you got to get into it.
You got to fight for the eyeballs.
Yes, exactly.
So you've been clearly in the industry for 10 years now, I think, at least,
11,
right?
11
years,
11.
right? Allô Mon
Wow.
Coco, Marché Central has been open for that long. It's crazy.
Amazing.
How do you feel that the industry has evolved in the past 11 years?
Franchises, you know, I guess their whole goal is that to open up many stores and make them successful. I think that, you know, it's just like every other thing. You're trying to sell a dream. And realistically, they want to make it more simple for people to be able to achieve greatness.
Absolutely.
At the end of the day, if you want to sell a lot of franchises, the reality of it is you want to make it easier.
The barrier of entry.
Exactly.
The barrier of entry.
And you want to make sure the
absolutely,
product
yes.
is consistent.
That's it. I
goes
think that's
back-
one of the key is the consistency of the product.
That's
I feel
it.
like the skills and the availability of certain things might not be the
course.
same all around. So the fact that you're able to centralize it and standardize it.
Consistency of the product is really important, right? Because the idea of a franchise usually is you go from one Allô Mon Coco to another Allô Mon Coco and your food is the same, right?
That's
Like
right.
McDonald's,
That's it.
you go from one to another
Absolutely.
and it's the same. I want to talk a little bit about that because Allô Mon Coco, in my opinion, is a very interesting franchise because I worked for other franchises, Ben Florentine, Mike Scores, where they were very, very rigid, right? You really went from one to another and they had to be identical. If it was not the case, you would get fined. Allô Mon Coco, however, that's not the case.
Well, you know what? I think that probably has changed a little bit after COVID
Okay.
I see.
because of volatile prices.
Oh,
Right?
interesting.
That's number one. Number two, employee costs, right? They're getting more expensive. At the end of the day, labor costs are increasing. And you know what? In order to maintain the store and keep it alive, you have to squeeze out little things. At the end of the day, I never suggest it to anybody, right? Because clients see everything first. So don't change anything. That would be my recommendation. But it happens to everybody after COVID because the prices are too high and they're just trying to make things work. and you know they try to cut corners, but I mean, at the end of the day, the clients see it, so I don't recommend it.
Absolutely, and I think you're not the only guest that had mentioned it, that like COVID was such a big impact
Yes.
To the restaurant industry in particular, in regards of like food pricing, in regards of like labor pricing, and also in regards of like the customer base in itself.
Yes,
I think that was a
definitely.
big shift, and I think like a lot of people, they might see it, but again, we've been doing this long enough to like the before and the after has been
The clientele has completely changed
completely,
after COVID.
absolutely, expectation completely, everything.
Expectations.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I thought that after COVID, people would be kind of a little bit more chill, you know, because
appreciate
It was at the
We're back.
beginning.
It was at the beginning,
Absolutely.
but it's
but that
like
ended real quick.
Yeah.
so quick,
100%.
so quick. Like the
Absolutely.
impatience has,
Yes,
that's it.
skyrocketed.
Yes.
But so one thing, like, it's really impressive, okay, because I do pass by a lot, and every weekend there's a lineup.
Yes.
It's a rarity nowadays, lineups like that, right? And clearly you guys are doing something right. What do you think you're doing right at Allô Mon Coco Marché Central right now?
You know what? In order to have a loyal client, you got to make sure to get them to come back.
100%.
And I think that, you know what? It takes part in your frontline staff, right? We have warriors, and I'm telling you, my waiters, my hostesses, juice girls, buzz boys, they're warriors. And I'm looking at everything, and they're looking at each other.
Everybody's
Right?
trying their best.
Everybody's
Absolutely.
trying their best, you know, and you know what? It may happen that, you know, we dropped the ball with something, but we definitely want to make it right.
Absolutely.
You know, and clients are so difficult after COVID. And it's like, it's so easy to get a bad review, but to get a
Yes.
good review, you know, it's like pulling teeth. We're going to have to ask
That's
you
it,
for
exactly.
it, you know? But
We-
yeah, cheers.
Yeah.
I'm
Shout out to
laughing.
the front line staff.
Yeah,
Yes.
so I'm laughing because, okay, so Allô Mon Coco Marché Central is now open at night on Thursday, Fridays,
Yes.
and Saturdays,
Oh,
which
night
we haven't
service?
mentioned yet.
Yes.
Yes, night service. And so one thing that we started doing is we were asking for reviews.
Of course.
Right?
Yes.
We want feedback.
We want feedback.
Absolutely. 'Cause
Honest
everybody,
feedback.
Everybody
Honest
wants,
feedback.
you know,
So we got QR codes.
yes.
Paul got QR codes.
That's
We
right.
give the QR code to the customer, but you need to feel comfortable enough to ask for that review.
Correct.
And people, when you ask them, usually they'll leave a review, but people tend to leave a review more when they're unhappy on their own, right? They're not gonna leave
I feel
a
like
good
that's the,
review
I feel
on
like
their
that's
own,
the
which is
unfortunate part of the
very
industry
unfortunate.
is they use the platform only for when it serves
Yes,
them. I
exactly.
feel like there's no guidance like before. You know what I mean? Like before, we would want to spread the word. If it's
That's
a good
it.
restaurant, if it's a good spot, we want to leave like a positive review so everybody
Mm-hmm.
can see that the team behind it is doing hard work and it's definitely a spot that we recommended. But now a lot of people see the review platforms and a lot of social medias as like, oh, it's my time to like communicate directly.
Right.
But there's actually a better way. We have a phone number, we have
Correct.
an email.
Yeah, let me know.
You can contact us directly and we can absolutely make it right.
You know what a review should be? Is how you recover with flair. Basically, how you go and you know what? You made a bad situation great.
That's
And
it.
that's what a
That's the
review should
review.
be.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know what? You should put out a spotlight for that individual that helped you to
Absolutely.
make that place. You know what? They accommodated me. Not
Absolutely.
accommodated me because I didn't like this or I didn't like that. You had a bad situation. At the end of the day, you know what? We turned a bad situation great. That's hard to do.
Yeah.
That
no,
absolutely.
I totally agree.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I feel like a lot of people, especially with like you had mentioned earlier, with prices being so high, they feel like it's a lot of sacrifice
Yes.
to come out. And we feel for them because again, we are also customers at other restaurants.
Yes.
And we are also, you know, feeling it. So
we got to be consistent. You got to
that's
be
it.
consistent, and you got to be great with clients because they get so ticked off quickly. You know, just at the end of the day, they got to know we do our best, and we're gonna make sure we do our best for you because we want to see you again.
Absolutely.
The clients getting ticked off easily is over. It's like that, and I feel like the restaurant industry as a whole, but very much so in breakfast.
Yeah.
Having
Yes.
worked in breakfast,
That's it. I think that's one of those like
it's just unfortunate.
the hardest. When I always tell other people is I think the hardest job is definitely the breakfast shifts because people come in hangry. You know, they
Yeah.
come in, they skip that morning coffee, they skip the any types of food, so they come in, they're hangry, they have no caffeine, they come down and like you guys take the brunt. You know, so shout out to the unsung heroes at the breakfast spots.
Cheers.
So,
Those are absolutely.
Is there something that you wish clients actually knew? Maybe it would change their perspective, or just something you wish they knew about the work, the industry.
You know what? On a smaller scale, we want to get to know them because we want to make them a loyal client. So at the end of the day, people sometimes they open up or they don't open up. Sometimes we have clients that walk in, they don't even say a word. It's like hard to communicate.
That's it.
You know, it's like, how are you supposed to know what you want? You know, like, and make sure that you have a great experience. You know, it's difficult because some people want more hands-on in terms of to the table. Like, let's say, for example, you want the waiter to be around you all the time. And sometimes you don't want the waiter to be around you sometimes. You know, we'll get to know you, but you got to come more often.
Absolutely.
So how you like to be served, it doesn't mean that other people like to be served the same way.
Absolutely.
That's so important. That's such a good point. And especially the part of you have to come more than once because I'm not going to know. You know, like the first time, if I did something wrong, let me know. Or if I did something you didn't like, you know, mention it. If you like your coffee a certain way, if you want something done a specific way, let me know. And eventually, you know, like you start getting it.
That's right. And you know, like when you're going out to restaurants, you know, you're going out to try something, you know, you want to try the restaurant, explore. Don't take always the same thing. You know what when I go to the restaurant, I'm looking at the menu, I kind of know what I want. And I'm like, oh, damn, I'm always choosing the same thing, you know? And then I'm like, okay, what's your best seller?
Yes.
I ask the waiter, what do you like best? And then I try to make my decision. You know, like make that experience great for you. Like the more information you give us, the better we can serve you.
Absolutely.
You know?
I think that's something that's very important is don't forget to talk to the waiter, not necessarily about just what you want to eat and what you want to
Ask
order,
their opinion.
but ask their opinion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Have a conversation, get to know them and then what they like and how they can
right.
accommodate what you need.
The best meals I've had is when I ask the waiter, what do you like?
That's it.
I'm indecisive.
You know, when we receive bills in the kitchen and there's red comments, it's, you know, either for allergies or changes in the menu, you know which comments I actually appreciate? It's the ones for the loyal clients because I get to learn who our loyal clients are and how they like it. And then I fine tune everything for them. And I ask, so how did you enjoy it today? Well, to basically try to push the limit in terms of how he likes his eggs cooked or his potatoes or whatever he may like. You know, so we get better with time. And you know what? Consistency is key.
Yeah.
Show up and we'll make it for you. This is the best spot for you.
The potatoes with the goat cheese and the balsamic glaze.
Oh.
I'm not sure the client's name, but you know who you are if you're seeing this. Because I've seen that
She's
made
from
a few
Aphrodite.
times.
Yes,
Yes.
she loves it.
Again, I think this is one of the beauties of a breakfast spot. I think here in Quebec, breakfast is synonymous with religion. You know what I mean? Like that Sunday, that brunch, or that weekend brunch with the family, it's more than just the food. And it's that gathering that brings people together. And the fact that when you come back and you get to know these customers, and I'm sure you have the same experience as well, you know exactly their order, you know how they want their coffee. They don't have to say anything. You sit down. And I think these for us is like,
there's nothing
yes, really,
better
that's
than
what it is.
That's
We
it.
enjoy serving them.
Exactly. Those are the best.
I mean, that's the best outcome. You're turning a client into a friend.
Yes.
You know?
There's nothing better than the regulars in breakfast. I have to say, like, I still know them all. I know most of their orders. Michelin from Allô Mon Coco Côte des Neiges. I'll name them all, you know, like.
Absolutely. We remember,
Eddie,
we know.
there's so many. I remember we used to know their cars.
Yeah.
So when they parked,
we know right away
what their
they were
order,
coming.
we knew who it was, and their
which
food
seats
was
they
on the
liked
table.
and which banquet.
It was
everything.
exact, and it
Yes.
was always the same people, and it was so nice. Like people, you know, breakfast opening is early in the morning. You're there at 5 a.m. But even with that, there's something about it that's just
Shout
so
out
much
to my
better.
waiters, honestly, because they know all the customers' waiters, all their loyal,
That's it.
all the loyal
Yes.
customers. It's crazy.
I think that's the
It's
magic,
like, all the bills start coming in, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, well, the clients are not in yet. Well, we
They
see
know.
them in
They're
their
coming.
parking lot, in their cars,
That's
so they
it.
know what they
They're
want. You know?
Exactly.
It's. You know what? I have solid waiters. A long time. They've been working for me 8+ years.
Good.
That's
Shout out to all of them. I love them.
Absolutely.
Honestly.
No,
Can
it's a-
Hard
we
workers.
pivot and
Yes, go ahead.
what are your strategies in terms of keeping staff? Because I feel like a
Yes.
lot of restaurants might neglect that aspect.
Yeah.
Thinking that like, oh, if I have somebody new, I can always keep rotating. And I think keeping on to some core staff is very, very important and also difficult.
Right. So, I mean, difficult. I think the best approach is, you know, you try to talk to them, but at the end of the day, my approach is I have pillars in my restaurant that they've been there for a very, very long time. And what I try to do is basically get them to show people the way. Because you know what? At the end of the day, if the store does well, they do well. And
Absolutely.
the pillars of the restaurant are here because they want to work hard and make money. because that's strong. So if you want to keep them, they need a thriving store.
That's
And
it.
they need everything in place, basically, okay? Yes, things change a little bit here and there, but you know what? At the busy time, I can't be down my employees' throats too much. As much as I can, but to a certain extent, because when it's the busy time, we basically
That's
want to get happy clients, you know?
Absolutely.
That's it. In terms of the young crowd, what I do is you need to mentor them. At the end of the day, I don't want them coming in here thinking that it's a summer job. You know, I want to know about them. I want to know where they're going. And I want to be able to mentor them and say, hey, look, this is what happened. This is what you did. Now, taking him away from the situation and telling him, rerun that. What could you have done better? What could the team have done better? How could we avoided this? You know, and you know, for me, it's a learning experience because I also want to hear what they have to say because maybe
Absolutely.
they have
It's a little bit different. They have a
That's
different
right.
point of view. Absolutely.
So I'm always open to learn. So mentoring people, I think, is very, very important, especially the younger staff. I let them know that when they leave here and they want to go on to do their job, whatever may be their future job, is that they become the most robust employee.
Yep.
You know,
Absolutely. And I'm sure thinking the way you talk about mentors, you've had amazing mentors in the past. I think you
Yes.
can talk a little bit about that.
yes, definitely. I've had my best friend's father when I was really, really young. He made me into a robust employee. He passed away. God rest his soul. Love him to death. Then I had two other mentors at the bank where they showed me basically on how to think outside the box, and they challenged me. And you know what was great is that you're not able to challenge your mind like that if someone does not open that key for you to be able to do it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So you know what? You gotta listen, and you gotta see how people are doing it. You know, to be able to basically evolve yourself to become the better 2 and 3.0 version over the years.
Absolutely. Be the sponge to absorb the knowledge, not necessarily
Exactly.
just fight it and challenge it at every
That's
step.
right.
I think that's very important. I think a lot of people, especially with the internet and growing up with it, thinking that, I can learn it better than him and I can do this better than that because I saw it somewhere on Instagram. But the idea is that like you're in a situation with a mentor, be the sponge, absorb, learn. And then if you do find ways, try it out, go back and forth. They are there. There are questions there. I
Don't think of it
that's
as
very
hard
important.
work.
That's it.
This is where you put in the most work so that this way you work less in the future.
That's it. I
You
think
know?
that's the short sighted and like a lot of
Exactly.
people.
Do the job
You'll
right
propel
first.
yourself
Exactly.
further in the
We've,
future.
we've seen this. Exactly. Everything's a learning experience for that
Exactly.
next step. I think that's a good framework.
So I want to pivot in a different direction.
Let's do it.
Technology, you know, this is sponsored by Cluster POS.
Shout
Chris
out.
Kakis,
Listen,
Cluster
Cluster
user.
client?
Cluster
listen.
client.
I would keep this short and simple if I had nothing to say, but I have lots to say. All of it is great. Honestly, I'm gonna tell you one thing. Cluster, your system is super friendly, super easy. It helps us teach that to our staff, and it's very simple. Now, the other thing is the service after that. That's where it comes. You
That's the
know,
magic.
shout out to you. Shout out. I don't know what's this. I think there's a Greek Christos. Medi. Shout out to Medi. Always available. You guys are always available. Honestly, it's not. It's a full circle thing. It's not like basically you turned basically a client a loyal client.
That's
and if
it.
I open up my own business, I'm gonna call Cluster first. So I highly recommend them.
So I thank you very much. And yes, I love working with you guys and helping you guys too. That's great. Cluster is very easy to use. I won't
Yes.
lie. One thing though that's really important about you guys is you started with Cluster 11 years ago.
Right.
That was a
Technology
different
11
cluster.
years ago.
That was a very different
so
cluster.
So just so people know, Allô Mon Coco was the first Cluster franchise. And a lot of the features in Cluster were based off Allô Mon Coco's needs. And so as someone who started with, I'm assuming, just a simple POS with Cluster, obviously,
Right.
and a payment terminal versus what you have now, which is, we said, like an iPad per employee,
Yeah, so we
a
bought-
Clover terminal with payment tree per employee, so integration. Like, honestly, first of all, just the fact that they have the stock that they have, technology and also restaurant stock, very important, never run out of anything, is incredible. So I just want to mention that because that's not the case for everybody. But how do you feel like technology has helped or hindered even, like
No,
the
I would
industry?
say definitely helped. You need to basically reduce the wait time for the client and make the client's experience much better. I think that Cluster has fostered a system where it provides a full circle service as well. It allows the end user to basically think about those things and basically, think about this. What does the client want? How do they want it? Basically fine tuning. Whether they want the potatoes well done or they want it cubed or whatever. You guys, your system is super great. I very much enjoy it.
Thank you. And listen, again, I know I say it all the time. Worked in breakfast a lot. Worked for a different franchise with no iPads. We did not have.
The
Forget that, Mon Coco, just no
the
iPads.
iPad is good. Huh?
Yes, the iPad is
the
good.
iPad is very good. A lot of people.
iPad for breakfast is
Yeah.
So
That customization, that over easy
Tell me,
mirror.
because we have differing opinions about the iPads, but in breakfast, in your case,
Let me pivot a little bit. Okay, I used to have another franchise where it didn't go well. It doesn't matter, but we had another type of operating system there, and I did not like it. It wasn't user friendly. It wasn't a robust system to make your business successful. Now, Cluster, on the other hand, when I got to it 11 years, it was functional, simple, no lagging, easy to use, well thought out. And here we are, we're applying payment tree and we're applying the iPads to basically make it more futuristic and more robust. And at the end of the day, it's basically to provide us a better time frame to service our clients better.
yeah, I have to say in breakfast, the iPads especially, well, iPads or tablets, it doesn't have to be iPads, right? But the tablet at the table, because I'm a little bit against the tablets at the table. But for breakfast, I have to say, especially during a rush, when you get 4 or 5 tables at the same time, if I'm writing down all of that, then I go to the POS.
Yes.
Then you punch
you
it.
guys in the
Well
kitchen
said.
are getting 5
Oh my
orders.
God.
Bang, bang, bang,
That's-
bang, bang.
I think
That's
that's
what
a lot
it
of
is.
the. I think that's one of the things that a lot of people don't
Yes.
understand is all the orders having to get sent all together
Yes.
overwhelmed.
Yes, 100%. Let me tell you something. When you have 5 tables that just sat down and you're getting in the juice, and you gotta greet them and give them the best opportunity to give them the best service, and you gotta jump to 5 tables or 6 tables, you gotta, like you said, you gotta write it down. You gotta make sure your scribbles are not scribble. And God knows
That's
I
it.
don't
You
scribble
understand.
real
You have,
well.
you have 25 questions to ask
That's right.
in
That's
breakfast.
it. Think about it.
You got to go back, and then you're punching everything in. The kitchen's pissed off because they just had no rush. Now they have a rush. We
That's
don't
it.
understand. At the end of the day, you go to a table, you punch it in, the kitchen receives it right away. They've already started. By the time you go to your second table, that table probably is already done or started to run with another waiter to your table.
That's
It's
it.
amazing.
Amazing.
Not even exaggerating a little bit, because it takes them 5 minutes to pump out plates.
Yeah,
Allô Mon
absolutely,
Coco. It's
absolutely. And I
crazy.
think
Cheers.
it's the fine tuning, like you had mentioned, that got you to that 5-minute time frame.
Of course.
Well,
You know what?
you should see them work. It's like a supply chain.
You
That's
know what?
it. That's the magic.
We're robust employees. Honestly, sometimes people are calling in. They're telling me, "Oh, can I make reservations on the weekend and this and that?" We try not to. We don't, because we want to make sure that people are not late, so that when they're coming, we're able to service
Right away.
And I tell them, my team, I'm full staff. You don't need to worry about it. We have 180 seats ready to fire. I'm full
good.
staff, and I have the best employees. That's all you need to know, because at the end of the day,
Everybody's getting their food.
everybody's getting the food real quick, and we're jamming. We're jamming.
That's it.
We're not looking to cut and try to cut costs. We want to make sure that the food quality is there, the food quantity at the best price, and you know what? It's real quick, because we want to make it nice for you.
Absolutely. Everybody coming in hungry already. They know.
Exactly. God
Especially
knows.
for
God knows. God knows. When I go out to a restaurant, I'd love to tell them, "Listen, I need this.
I'm
Your table's
sorry.
gonna turn real quick because I eat
That's
like a
it.
beast, bro, and I eat 3
That's
entrees.
it.
You know."
That's it.
This episode is brought to you by Cluster POS and Sadie AI. So I mentioned briefly night service that Allô Mon Coco Marché Central is open
Yes.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday for
Yes.
night service.
I think that's a very controversial take. Breakfast spot doing night service. So
So-
let's dive in. Yeah.
Yes. So okay. So
So we're trying.
tell us a little bit about that, because I know there was some trial and error and some different stuff.
So of course there's trial and error. We just recently did our renovations. Some clients are still calling in to find out to see if we're open. Yes, we're open. Yes, we're fully renovated. Come and experience it. Same quality of food, same employees. I've been there for 8+ years, and it's just a more calm place. You're gonna love it.
Let's talk about the menu. Breakfast available at night.
Available at night. Yes.
Wonderful.
Cheers.
The whole
So
menu.
let me tell you, we opened it up because we said, hey, we want to try something. what we do is at night, let's say we want to go watch the hockey game, where we're going, it's fully booked, this and that. We're like, you know what? Let's start a little theme. Let's get people to come in at night and experience their breakfast at night.
Absolutely.
So we do have a nighttime menu, but 70-80% of the clients coming in are loving the breakfast.
Breakfast is at any time.
You know,
Absolutely.
anytime.
Yes.
You know, it's a lighter eat. It's a cheaper cost.
That's it.
And you know what? You could stay for the night.
Watch the game.
We got a good sound system, 85-inch TVs. We're ready to go.
Rocking and rolling.
You can have your
That's it.
you can have your special Allô Mon Coco with a beer.
Exactly.
Watch the hockey game
Exactly.
with
No
dollar
guilt.
wings.
That's
Dollar
right.
There's a
wings.
hockey game.
Dollar
playing.
wings, exactly. And
Dollar
right now,
wings.
for a limited time, after 5 p.m., every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, kids eat for free.
Oh, my God.
The nighttime theme is every Thursday, Friday, Saturday from 5 until about 10:30, 11.
That's it. Bring your kids.
So
Bring the whole family.
breakfast menu and nighttime menu. What's your favorite dish on Allô Mon Coco's menu?
So in terms of the sweets, it definitely is Le Marché Central. And Le Marché Central got invented by me. Yes.
That's it. Okay.
All right,
let's
so
go
come
into
in and
that.
try it. You're
Let's
going to
go into
love
that.
it.
Wait, say
It's
what,
only-
Break it down. What's
say what the
inside?
Marché Central is, Chris.
No. You gotta come in and
You find out.
experience it.
Come and experience
okay,
it.
don't-
Marché
what I will
Central.
say
I have
is,
super fans.
Yes, so he
Alain
tested it
loves
out.
it. Yes.
He tested it out on
Yes.
people, me being one of the people. And I'm not even lying a little bit. We have people that come at night and only order Le Marché Central with like
That's it.
a drink. But definitely, I did not think that would be the case.
Right?
But there's 4 desserts on the menu. 2 of those desserts, one is like an insane chocolate cake. The other one's like this really, really good carrot cheesecake.
Yes.
And Le Marché Central trumps.
Come in and
Both of
try
those
it. You know
desserts.
what? It's gonna give you a little bit of that feeling when you were young. It has different layers to it. You're gonna love it.
That's it.
we
Big
won't
question
say
mark
what-
in
For all
everybody's
ages.
mind. You guys only one way to find out.
That's
Yeah,
right.
just go. We won't say what it is. I won't say
That's
what
right.
it
It
is.
makes you feel young again.
Okay, so Marché Central, Le Marché Central for the sweet. What about the salty? What's your favorite?
You know what? I love our special pancake. I love the bananas in there. I love that plate because I'm a guy who loves the traditional breakfast, but I love a pancake on the side. Our pain doré is a challah bread. I love that too. I'm more of a special guy because I like to have a little bit of sweet, but more geared towards my traditional breakfast.
Nice.
What about you? Since you work
Mine?
there,
Ooh.
what's your breakfast order?
On Allô
Allô
Mon
Mon
Coco's
Coco,
menu
that's it.
specifically?
Yeah, since you work there.
Oof, I don't know. I was I used to I really liked they're gonna hate me for saying this. I really liked the Philly sandwich, the lunch sandwich with the old bread.
Okay.
Like I
Nice.
really enjoyed that. But aside from that, what was it? There was my go-to is the gaufre coco, the fusion de fraises,
Fusion fraise.
but with bacon well done. My eggs over medium or poached. The well done mashed potatoes. Sometimes I'm in the mood for cheese, sometimes no, but well done, extra well done mashed potatoes. And instead of a half waffle, put that on a French toast.
Oh,
Rye
love
bread.
it.
So that's the
extra
waitress
butter.
order.
Love
That's
it.
what you
Sorry.
know.
Yes,
I gotta,
rye bread
you gotta
extra
write
I gotta
that
be a
down.
little later for
Sorry,
that.
Yeah, you gotta
I
write-
blanked
I love
for a
it.
second. I blanked for a second, but yeah. So whenever people, so I'm extremely picky. And one thing that I never used to do is I didn't lie. So if you ask me, for example, do you like the gourmet Benedict? I don't eat brie. So my answer would always be, it's definitely one of our most popular Benedicts, but unfortunately I've never tried it because I don't eat brie. So I was very honest. Whenever people asked me my opinion, I would say that, and then I would automatically plug in
Yes.
the gaufre coco. Kitchen wasn't always happy with me because it's like specific stuff, but I don't think I ever got anybody actually upset after I suggested that. The casseroles are really good too.
Casseroles
actually.
are really good.
And the Western casserole, I know it's a little bit like unseen, but the mix of veggie and meat, I like
That's
that.
it. I think it's a lot of items that a lot of people don't necessarily explore.
Yes, you have to explore.
That's
Go to
it.
restaurants to explore.
I think it gives the opportunity for the night menu, the night
Yes.
service to explore these items that maybe
That's right.
not. You know what I mean?
We
You
got
have tried-
ribs as well,
That's it.
fried chicken.
Fried chicken, the deluxe smash burger. I think in one night I served like 11.
Beautiful.
I think like it was
Listen,
all like
dollar wings. I'm
That's
telling
it.
you, I love our wings. You need to come out and try it.
for sure.
Absolutely.
Cheers.
Absolutely. What type of restaurant food trends that you find that are a little bit overrated nowadays?
For me personally, I don't like the aspect of going to a restaurant cooking my own food.
Okay.
No
I
shame.
see.
The
Yes,
thing is, it's,
yes,
you know what?
I get it.
I've been there. I tried it one, two,
I
three
get it.
times. But how do you turn that client loyal? That business model. Anyways, no
I
shame.
understand. I
I've been.
understand. Yeah.
Food's great, but I'm not the one to go cook my own food after cooking all day. You know?
Absolutely,
Yeah, I was
right?
gonna say, you're
Especially in the
already
industry,
cooking.
you're
Yeah.
cooking, and then
Okay.
you have to go and then cook your own food again and pay.
But I like
You know
that
what I mean?
they're thinking outside the box.
Absolutely, I understand that.
As someone who cooks at home, I kind of agree. Even though the food is really good, you know, like a lot of
Yes,
times you
yes.
get like some good, you know, like
Absolutely.
the places with meat, like the quality meat cuts and all that. And it's cool. It's a good social aspect, but
But you're going out to get cooked for, to have
Yes.
that experience.
Absolutely. I
you
think
know,
that's-
and get a different, a different taste of salt. Like let's say, for example, you go over to your aunt's house and she cooked for you. You know, it tastes better because it's salted differently. It's
That's
you know,
it. It's her
Yeah.
perspective.
Exactly,
It's her
it's
taste,
her
and you get to
rendition.
discover a person.
That's
And a
right.
chef and the recipe and
Exactly.
the concept behind it. Yes, absolutely.
I feel like the only exception to the rule, and you might disagree, is hot pot. That would be, I feel like, the only exception to the rule because it's kind of
Absolutely, absolutely. And again,
Understood.
to go
Yeah,
back to
I'm
the
doing that.
origins,
Yes.
they help you cook it.
Yes.
In Asia, they help you. They,
Yes,
they
that's
guide
so
you.
true.
They don't leave you be as we do on the West.
No,
In
that
Asia,
true.
if you ever
Respect to
experienced
that,
it,
yes.
absolutely. They come in, they help you, they manipulate certain things that are a little bit more
Exactly.
difficult.
It's true in
It's
Cambodia.
just a
they did.
full service thing.
Yes, exactly. It is
They
an
take
experience in itself,
and
right?
it takes care. Exactly. It's
Right?
not like they
you're,
just
you're
dump.
in Asia, you're definitely not getting up to get your own food either.
That's
That's
it.
another thing.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's very, but the service
Very
industry in
respectful.
Asia is very different
Yeah.
than
Yeah.
here.
Yeah,
Very, and
yeah,
we're
yeah.
we're extremely good compared to like places in Europe and stuff
Yes.
like that. But Asia's a whole other level, I find. But so, what's something that you find is very important in the restaurant industry, like to be successful?
You got to look at every avenues of the restaurant that you're managing, and you got to continuously looking at it, and you got to be consistent. There's no way around it. You know what? You have to be consistent so that this way you could provide the same product the customer loves. And that's my recommendation to everybody. Don't try to cut corners. Be consistent and give that service and quality.
Do you feel like answering a little bit of an edgy
Do it.
question?
Let's do it.
What's the craziest thing that you've seen at the restaurant?
Yeah.
This is always a fun one.
Yeah, it's always a fun
It's
one.
always a fun one.
Everybody-
So
Everybody's
I don't know the
surprised.
client.
Everybody has crazy stories, right?
I don't know the client, but it happened a couple of times that we had two young people that came to the bathroom and started getting it on.
Wow.
Yeah,
In
after-
the Allô Mon Coco bathroom.
And
Little
I-
freaky in the morning.
Yeah, after a couple of minutes, we're like, okay, they both went and they're not back yet. And then we're like, okay, is this a dine and dash or what's happening? Do
Absolutely. We would
reset?
freak out, right? Like,
Exactly.
For
you know,
sure.
You know, and yeah.
Lo and behold.
we're hearing a lot of moaning. So,
Some noises
it's not the
come from
noise from the
somewhere.
faucet.
That's it.
Listen, guys, all restaurants have cameras everywhere. So
Yeah,
they know
except
everything
the
you're
bathrooms.
doing.
Except the bathrooms.
Except the bathrooms.
But you know, we know what's going on.
They see you going on your way to the bathroom. You know, it passes in front of the kitchen.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly.
That's it.
Oh my god, that's insane though. Like
It is.
That's-
not once, but twice.
That's it. Not to ick
same
someone's
people.
yum, but like, you know what I
and
mean?
it was the same people.
It's same
Same
people.
people.
Well,
Oh
we
my-
know you. We know
That's it.
we know
We know.
everybody. Trust me.
Man, I really hope they watch this episode and they
Like,
recognize
oh,
themselves. That'd be
100%.
Just try to like get over it. Having been at Allô Mon Coco for so long and working in the restaurants, coming from a banking background, like
Yeah.
you said, 14 years, what advice would you give yourself, your younger self, most importantly?
Two things. 100% find somebody or a multiple of people to mentor you. If you want to try something out at any type of job or whatnot, ask them if you could shadow somebody for the day. And I would actually say in later times after grinding, and you must grind each day to be a better version of yourself, take a day off because they don't come by when you open up a business. Take a day off.
I think that's very good advice. I think to take care of, you know, the most important person in that restaurant is yourself.
That's right.
Absolutely, that you can control. So to take the time to give that body the rest, give your mind the rest, I think that's a very fair point.
I find in the restaurant industry, it's especially important considering a lot of the restaurant owners actually work in the restaurant, right? Like
Yeah.
Chris and Richard work in the kitchen every day.
100%.
And when I say every day, okay, like they're not there necessarily 7 days a week, but Chris,
We were,
Thursday,
though.
Yeah.
Thursday, Friday,
You have
Saturday.
to put in the work.
We
You have to put in
were.
the hustle.
We were.
Yeah,
No,
absolutely.
but not like Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Yeah.
You guys do doubles.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
they're
in most
there
cases,
from,
we
Yeah.
do doubles.
You know?
Sometimes we don't, but when we need to be there,
That's that
we are there
breakfast
on
double.
doubles.
That's that
like last
breakfast
couple of
double.
weeks, it's been
Yeah.
doubles.
That's it. Absolutely.
that's insane. Like that's a lot. That's a lot.
Absolutely. That's crazy.
Dedication, and
100%.
your partner has to be in it, and your partner's family has to be in it.
And
There's
again,
no
I
other
feel
way.
like you lead by example. You know what I mean? Absolutely. Like you're there, you show the other staff that no, and you're not the only ones doing the hard
right.
labors. I'm here right next to you.
But that also helps keep your staff, right? Because, you have a lot of business owners. I'm going to go back to restaurants specifically, restaurant owners that they're not there ever, right? And you're right. What kind of message are you sending your staff? Like when I was at Ben and Florentine, the owner, Irene, man, she was there on the floor. There was someone in the kitchen that would call sick. She'd go in the kitchen. Their dishwasher would call sick. She's doing the dishes. And that was my first job ever, like my first restaurant job. Seeing that encouraged me and made me want to work that much harder.
That's it.
And with you and Richard, to be like, guys, earlier we asked Chris, how do you keep staff? It's not hard working for Chris and Richard. They're
I appreciate you. Let me tell you
bosses.
something. Let's say, for example, if it happens that I take 3 days off or 4 days off, which rarely happens. You know what I love about my staff? They're going to come back and tell me, Chris, listen, this is what happened. Or, you know what? We need to do something about this or something about that. Like they live the store.
Yeah.
So to them, it's their business as well. It's their success as well. So shout out to all my employees because honestly, you know what? They're a big piece to the puzzle. And if you get employees that are diehard fans, you know what? They're going to do what's right for the store even when you're not there. And I appreciate them.
100%.
I have a question about that. Another little edgy question.
Sure.
Have you ever had a problematic employee and how did you deal with that?
Problematic employees are very few when you have a good core to the restaurant. Have I had? Yes. My problem is I come from a different background where I've been mentored and I really try hard to help them understand different ways and see the things in different ways and how could they have reacted differently to the situation? And how could they have been the solution to the problem? And why did this problem arise, right? Because maybe it's not completely their fault, but maybe it arose. So I think that, you need to basically understand the entire circle.
Absolutely. Put in different perspective, understanding where this is coming from.
Yeah, and then maybe you'll get them to understand more a different way. How do I fix the problem? Well, I'll try to mentor them, show them a different path, make her a part of the solution, showing people that he or she is doing great, how they're contributing value to the restaurant, and then it's up to them to show that when he or she is doing that, and they get accustomed to the Kool-Aid of the restaurant, then they become a part of the solution, and she's on or he's on. But if he or she is not on, then you're going to be weeded out.
Absolutely.
Right?
Sometimes it's not personal. Sometimes it's not a
It's not personal, but at the end of the day, you know what? If I don't make the right decision, my entire staff loses, not just me.
That's it.
That's a very, very good point. All right. Last question, and one of the most important questions.
Yes.
If you were to build your last meal, specific places, specific meal, could be multiple things. I know you've thought about it, Chris. We've talked about it.
I thought about it,
for a long
but
time.
you know what? I've been to so many restaurants, and I go out very often to eat. I love the Ubers and that type of stuff because it provided me to get the food. But I hate how it reduced my want to go out. Granted, now that I work many more hours, but I love restaurants. I love the experience. So I love restaurants, and I could tell you to go to this restaurant and eat this thing and that thing and try this and try that. That's the type of person that I am. My favorite meal.
So tell us. Which place, what meal, what
I definitely would
have?
start off breakfast at my place. You know why?
Absolutely. Breakfast,
Because
Allô Mon Coco,
my
Marché
amazing
Central.
employees know exactly
Absolutely.
how to
How to
cook
put-
my food.
That's
You know? Second, for lunch, I think I would go to Elatos for a quick gyro. And I love that old school mozzarella gratiné puts in. I love it. Some people don't like that style, but I love it. I grew up with it.
That's
so
it.
Elatos' gyro is banging. It has been banging. I grew up to it. It was at the corner of my street. There's many other places that I enjoy the gyros that I go to, but I go to for that, you know. But
Absolutely.
I would love that for lunch.
Yes.
I love it. Now moving along, you know what? I love a good coffee spot. A coffee place that right after lunch you want to have a nice coffee. Cafe Ora, Dorval.
Amazing.
I love it, Matt.
Nice.
It's a nice little spot, great little feeling. You know what I like about that place? It's great coffee, but it's small with a nice terrace that he's created. And all the clients there are all loyal clients.
That's it. It's all
So
friends.
it's a nice vibe,
Absolutely.
you know? So I would go there for a coffee. And of course, you know, I love Gentili's coffee, you know? I mean,
Shout out to
you can't go
Another
shout out
Cluster
Gentili.
client.
You know, I have a great meat pasta there with lots of meat over there, you know? I don't know, I could start and never end. I love Elio's pasta as well. But you know what I like? I'm gonna mention what probably people don't know from different parts of
Please,
Quebec.
please, of course. That's what we're here for.
Bistro Grace.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Great vibe, a super great soup. They have a blackboard on the wall and they tell you what their weekly special is, right? Of their drink and their soup and their main meal. I love their Chilean sea bass.
Ooh.
Like that guy should call me every single time he puts it on the menu. For that price, the great service, great staff, and the soup, different layers of texture. You know what? I love his cooking. Affordable price, great little spot. Highly recommended.
That's it.
Yeah.
You know what? That's my shout out.
Let's go.
You know, to a place where I want you to go and try. Because
Absolutely.
everybody mentions all the other places where you want to go. I want to try to take you a little bit off town, go far west and try it out.
When I mentioned to Chris that we would be asking this question, so you know, to think about it, I didn't even finish my sentence, and he's like,
Boom.
Chilean sea bass.
Yeah,
Chilean sea bass. You heard it here first. Let's
Chilean
check
sea
it out.
bass. That was the first thing. Didn't even. I'm like, no, but you can think about it. Chilean sea bass.
Chilean
I know
sea
what it
bass.
is.
That's
I
what
don't
you
need to
know.
think
That's
about
it.
100%. Chilean sea bass is every type of fish there. You know, and especially now that I just fasted for 40 days, I was eating fish. And you know what? I found this new love for fish. Like I want to eat it more
Amazing.
often.
Yes.
You know what? Super great product.
Good.
Nice. Chris, it was amazing having
Thank
you
you.
on the podcast.
Cheers, thanks.
Before we end this, is there anybody, any restaurant, anything you want to shout out? Tell the people about, you know, opening at night, let you.
Shout out. There's many places that I want to shout out. Little places, like if you like Indian food, Shahi Palace in the West Island, super great. You know what? I love everything over there. It's a family-owned business. The reviews there is not so great because you know what? I don't know why they're so mean to the wife. You know what? She was, you know,
She worked so hard.
She was born through hard
That's
hard
it.
labor.
You know,
she
you
doesn't
see
know
it.
customer
That's
service.
it.
Don't be so mad at her because once you get to know her, you're gonna
You
love
love
her.
her. That's
The
it.
food's great. It's a family-owned business. I love the shrimp masala there, and they don't have
Okay.
it everywhere.
That's
So
it.
I love it there. Darbar, great experience. Also Indian. I think he's a tax lawyer over there. Apparently, that owner over there, he got born in that restaurant.
That's
And
crazy.
if you get him to come out and to talk to you, he can actually
it.
get to know
Know
you
you.
better, to know what type of spices and food you want, and he gets his spices on point. So if you are a type of person that doesn't like heat, go there, try it
it,
out,
talk to him.
and you're gonna love it.
Amazing.
Super great experience, by the
Amazing.
way.
Amazing.
Great setup.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Porto Poulet.
Poro
Yes.
poulet. That's
Portuguese.
it.
You know what? Again, super great product, family owned, consistent.
Amazing.
Yes.
It's true.
Another little spot that's closer to my house, you know, and I'm going to shine some light to it because you know what? Probably only the locals will know about it, but probably, you know what? Pizza Moderne. You know what?
Okay.
Their pasta and their pizza is great. I go there and I'm like, okay, where to go? Because there's not a lot of places in this area, you know? It really dies out. And I said, you know what? Always on point, great service,
That's it.
great food. I want to give a shout out to there. You know, of course, in the West Island, Da Mangione, really good place. I love that pasta over there. Elio's, love the pasta over there. Our boys at the Gentili,
Of
super
course.
job on the meat sauce there. You
Yes,
know what?
sir.
I love how meaty it is. That's
Yes,
the type of
sir.
meat that I like. You know, the Greek way of doing the pasta.
Amazing.
You know, I don't know. What other restaurants do I like?
I think, you know, like, I think it's interesting that a lot of the places you shouted out are actually not known and they're more like mom and pop style shops.
Yes,
and I feel like
Christina's.
they're dying.
Christina's.
That's a
Vieux
great
Grec.
restaurant.
Really
though.
great, really great products, man. Honestly, in Laval, super great job. Panama. You know what? Service is great. Always on Jean Talon. Die Hard. Really great over there. Honestly, I love that place. What else? What's that restaurant on the Carries? Table 51.
Oh,
You know
there
what?
you
We
go.
gotta give a shout out to that restaurant because you know what? The management and the owner over there, you know what I've been saying about mentoring and really drinking the Kool-Aid, you know what?
That's
this
it.
is what
This
it's
is what
all
it looks
about.
like. That's what it looks like.
You know what? It's not just food. It's not a meal. It's an experience.
From
Yes.
beginning
You know
to
what?
end.
Yes. And you know what? Out of a lot of things over there, they have a really great veggie burger. Yes, the Gucci burger, but try that veggie burger there. It's phenomenal.
Beautiful, beautiful.
All right, Chris, thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
coming onto our podcast. It was a super interesting conversation. Finally got you on the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. No,
About
I
this
was
long.
very
Thank you for
grateful to have
having
you
me.
here.
Yes.
Thank you.
So for our viewers, Allô Mon Coco Marché Central opens 7 days a week during the day, but Thursday, Friday, Saturday at night. Come and see, I'm going to say us.
Yes.
Come and see us.
Come shout
Dollar
out.
wings during hockey games, and kids eat for free for a limited time. So
That's right. After 5 p.m.,
it.
Honestly,
we want to create a vibe. You know what? Because we have a
is.
smashing place. We got a great place. So
TVs, hockey games, beers, entire breakfast menu. So whatever you want. Like,
exactly.
Beautiful. Thank
I
you.
mean, you can't
Cheers.
get anything better than that.
Thank you for
All
having
right.
me.
Absolutely.
Thanks, guys.
Shout out. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.